don't think I've ever seen a rookie come in and dominate the way Paolo Banchero did his rookie year and not receive that much hype. Normally, you'd see them coming in talking about the next generation of superstars, but I think the hype between Victor Wembanyama and Scoot Henderson kind of died down his own hype, as people don't see him as the next generation. But Paolo Banchero legit came in and is putting up generational talent type numbers. 20 points per game, 6.9 rebounds, 3.7 assists on 43% shooting and 30% from 3. Absolute amazing numbers for a guy that just comes in the league and for a good part of the season having the Orlando Magic as a very good and competitive team in this league. So today we're going to talk about how good Paolo Banchero was in his rookie year, what are the growth he can make going forward, and just how good the Orlando Magic can be with him going into next season. Let's talk about it. From dropping 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists in his first game of his NBA career to 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists in the last game of his rookie campaign, Paolo Banchero showed the Orlando Magic why they made the absolute right decision picking him number 1 overall, and he ran away with the Rookie of the Year. And overall, he had a great season with the Orlando Magic, showing that a plethora of scoring ability, being able to get to the rim at will, draw fouls at a superstar level, and some of them he didn't get called. He was getting hacked. Being extremely athletic, and showing that he has a lot of playmaking chops, and he's very willing to take the jump shot and improve on that part of his game. Now, of course, there's things he needs to work on, albeit that he's his first freaking year, and he was kind of inefficient. But it's hard pressed to find a superstar that wasn't inefficient in his first year, and he's gonna even more hard pressed to find a superstar that averaged 20 points per game in his first season. Paolo Banchero already just stepped into like elite company with what he was doing in his rookie year alone. Paolo Banchero is a part of a group of 9 rookies that averaged 20 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists in their first season. That group includes Luka Doncic, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Oscar Robertson, Elgin Baylor, and Blake Griffin. Since the NBA and ABA merger, the only 3 rookies to reach 600 points, 200 rebounds, and 120 assists throughout their first 31 games of their career is Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Paolo Banchero. Again, showing that this kid has so many weapons on the offensive end, whether it's being a scorer, a passer, or just an elite rebounder at his age. Paolo Banchero is already ready to set the league on fire. And Paolo Banchero's offensive game has shown a lot of promise throughout his rookie season. In isolation, he's showing some flashes of being able to take guys off the dribble or just pull up over smaller defenders from mid-range. In transition at 6'10" with such a large body and frame and nearly 250 and being able to run like a gazelle, he has shown that he can always fill the lanes and be a target for guys in transition. He's shown a lot of promise in the pick and roll, Wendell or Franz as a ball handler, and he's shown a lot of potential with markelle, fultz, Suggs in the pick and roll as a role man. But the part of his game where he's the most efficient last season is his post-up game, and that's where he has his back to the basket or facing up. And that's where he can show off either his passing or his scoring ability, whether he's abusing smaller defenders or picking out good drafts that team do send double teams at him, already showing that he's pretty good in multiple areas. And while as a scorer he wasn't that efficient in any one area, and I blame that partly on the lack of spacing and lack of shooting on the Orlando Magic roster, overall, the thing that caught my eye the most on the offensive end wasn't his scoring. It was his playmaking ability and how developed that already is. Being able to handle the ball in the break and be able to find guys open already. Being able to play within the pick and roll either as a ball handler and making the right pass, whether it's a bounce or a lob pass or springing to the corners when guys do help. Or being on the roll man and being able to stop in that 10 to 15 foot area and making the right play from there, whether it's a score or the pass. Getting double teamed in the post and being able to look over the double team and make the right pass for the play to initiate so your team has the best advantage to score. These are all skills he already has at such a young age, and it's a skill that I think a lot of bigs do need in the NBA today to be successful. Whether it's being able to make off dribble handoffs, being able to set the right screens, being able to make the right play from the top of the key or at the wings. Being able to pass is such a crucial skill to have at this point, because when you're the lead offensive player on your team now and you can't play making, you constantly get double team, you end up in positions like Joel Embiid or Anthony Davis at time when they're the main offensive focus of their roster, and that is sometimes a janky offense. With that being said, there's certain things he does need to improve on. While his jump shot wasn't as bad as that one little stretch where he was like 1 of 33 within a couple months, because he did have a hand nerve injury at the time. And the last month of the season, he did shoot 34% from 3. Overall, his spot-up game does need to get better, and his mid-range game does need to get better. He needs to be better at finishing around the rim. He needs to be better within the pick and roll, because that's where the bulk of his turnovers did come from. And needs to be better at being able to make those passes and not turn the ball over sometimes and not do too much with it. Overall, he does need to show a lot more, I would say, assertiveness and willingness to be a active and strong defender. He's made a lot of mistakes this past season, but those are all things you can expect from a rookie and things you can expect for him to turn around within his second season in the NBA. Already with Team USA, he's already showing a lot more fervor on the defensive end than he did in the regular season with the Orlando Magic, and we're already seeing some of his shooting already come around. But with the additions of somebody like Jet Howard and Anthony Black here, another playmaker for this roster, I think we're going to see a big scoring explosion from Paolo Banchero and a big up in efficiency, as the last month of the season, in the last 20 games of the year that he did play, he was averaging 20 points per game, 7.6 rebounds, 4.1 assists on 45% shooting and 35% from 3 on 3.4 attempts per game. While that's not a crazy big sample size, it's a pretty nice, reasonable sample size of 20 games in the end of his rookie season when he was really getting a feel for the game. And also, after markelle fultz come back and their defense overall becomes one of the better ones in the NBA, Paolo Banchero was the lead offensive guy on what was a playoff team in the Orlando Magic that went 29-28 after having a 5-20 start because they were that injury riddled. Overall, the kid is fantastic. He's shown a lot of promise in his rookie season, and if he can get better as a free throw shooter, overall as a shooter and as a finisher at the rim, the kid has such a bright future and is a generational talent in this NBA. And I don't know why he's not getting the hype that certain guys would be getting if they were putting up these type of numbers in their first season of NBA action. Albeit, I wouldn't be that surprised if he comes back next season and he gets his first All-Star nod. But if you like the video, please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you back here. I've made a video about the Orlando Magic as a team already, saying that I know what they're doing with their recent draft picks of Jet Howard and Anthony Black. And I've already made a video about Franz Wagner and how good I think he already is. So if you want to check out either of those videos, they're right here. With that being said, this FLB, that's my time, and I'm out.